In 1984, a modest martial arts drama surprised everyone by becoming a worldwide hit. The Karate Kid told more than a story of fighting. It spoke about courage, mentorship, and the search for balance. A blend of new faces and seasoned talent created a film that still inspires viewers to this day. From its first crane kick to the rise of Cobra Kai, the journey of its cast reveals how lasting characters can shape entire careers. Let's take a look at the stars of The Karate Kid, where they began, how they evolved, and where they stand today. First, we begin with Ralph Macchio, the face of the franchise. Before landing the role of Daniel LaRusso, Macchio had already appeared in Eight is Enough and The Outsiders, showing a natural mix of humor and vulnerability. That same authenticity made audiences root for him as the Jersey teen who learns karate from a wise mentor. The movie turned him into a household name and led to 2 successful sequels. Afterward, Macchio appeared in My Cousin Vinny and several television projects but kept a modest profile. Decades later, Cobra Kai reignited his career, showing Daniel as a man balancing success with old rivalries. His calm determination proved that the underdog spirit never truly fades. Next comes the actor who gave Daniel his greatest teacher and the film its soul. Pat Morita's portrayal of Mr. Miyagi remains one of cinema's most memorable performances. Before the film, Morita was known for comedy work, especially as Arnold on Happy Days. Yet as Miyagi, he brought tenderness and quiet power, earning an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. He taught Daniel to wax on, wax off, but also to value patience, humility, and compassion. After the trilogy, Morita continued acting in family comedies and voice roles, always maintaining a connection to his most famous part. He passed away in 2005, leaving behind a character whose lessons still resonate across generations. Moving on, every great mentor needs a rival to test the student's strength, and that's where the next star comes in. William Zabka brought energy and intensity to Johnny Lawrence, the blonde Cobra Kai champion who stood opposite Daniel. Before the film, Zabka had limited experience, but his athleticism and presence captured the essence of a confident bully hiding vulnerability. After The Karate Kid, he worked in television and later shifted toward writing and directing, earning an Oscar nomination for the short film Most. His return in Cobra Kai transformed Johnny from villain to flawed hero, exploring redemption and resilience. Zabka's layered performance proved that even the toughest rival can learn balance. Following him, the man behind Johnny's fierce discipline became one of the most quoted figures in 80s cinema. Martin Kove played John Kreese, the unyielding sensei of Cobra Kai, whose motto, "No Mercy," defined an era of movie villains. Before this role, Kove appeared in numerous TV series, including Cagney and Lacey, but The Karate Kid gave him worldwide recognition. He reprised Kreese in the sequels and built a career in action films, while remaining a fan favorite at conventions. When Cobra Kai revived the character, audiences discovered new layers beneath his cold demeanor, haunted memories and survival instincts that explained his hardened outlook. As Kreese's darkness loomed, another character brought warmth and youthful light to the story. Elisabeth Shue charmed audiences as Allie Mills, Daniel's love interest and the link between rival worlds. Before The Karate Kid, she studied at Harvard while acting in commercials. Her charisma made Allie the emotional anchor of the film, bridging rivalry with empathy. Shue's later career soared with adventures in babysitting, Back to the Future Part 2 and 3, and Leaving Las Vegas, which earned her an Oscar nomination. Her appearance in Cobra Kai decades later felt like revisiting a cherished memory, brief, sincere, and full of nostalgia. Next, we meet the woman who gave Daniel unwavering support from the start. Randy Heller portrayed Lucille LaRusso, Daniel's optimistic single mother who moves to California for a better life. Before the film, Heller had already made a mark in television, known for her role on Soap. Her portrayal of Lucille balanced humor with heartfelt realism, grounding Daniel's story in relatable love. Afterward, she continued working steadily in acclaimed shows like Mad Men, Desperate Housewives, and Better Call Saul. Her return in Cobra Kai offered brief but touching reminders of Daniel's roots. As Daniel's world expanded beyond Reseda, new faces entered to test both his heart and his balance. Tamlin Tomita joined the Karate Kid Part 2 as Kumiko, Daniel's graceful love interest in Okinawa. A newcomer at the time, Tomita brought sensitivity and poise, giving the sequel emotional depth. After her breakout, she built an impressive resume that includes the Joy Luck Club, The Day After Tomorrow, and major television roles in The Good Doctor and Star Trek Picard. Her return in Cobra Kai decades later rekindled the bond between Kumiko and Daniel, closing a story once left open. Moving on, the Okinawan chapter also introduced a rival whose transformation became one of the franchise's most surprising arcs. Yuji Okumoto portrayed Chosen, the proud and intense opponent Daniel faces in Okinawa. Before the sequel, Okumoto had only small television parts, but his fierce performance made Chosen unforgettable. Years later, he reprised the role in Cobra Kai, revealing a disciplined man who had turned regret into wisdom. Off-screen, Okumoto continues acting while running his own restaurant in Seattle. His journey from enemy to ally reflects how time can reshape even the hardest rivalries. Following the Okinawan stories, the series would later introduce a new student who carried the torch into another decade. Hilary Swank became part of the franchise in the next Karate Kid, 1994, portraying Julie Pierce, a troubled teen trained by Mr. Miyagi. It was one of her earliest roles, yet her emotional intensity stood out immediately. Swank later earned 2 Academy Awards for Boys Don't Cry and $1 Million Baby, cementing her as one of Hollywood's most respected actors. Though she hasn't appeared in Cobra Kai yet, fans continue to speculate about a return that could unite generations of students. As the story widened, the collective journey of all these performers formed a legacy that stretches far beyond the dojo. Looking across the decades, the cast of The Karate Kid represents perseverance both on screen and off. Ralph Macchio grew from the humble student into a storyteller who honors the film's spirit. William Zabka turned a one-time villain into a layered protagonist, while Martin Covey explored the shadows behind strict discipline. Pat Morita's wisdom continues to echo every time a teacher guides a student with patience. Elisabeth Shue, Tamlin Tomita, and Yuji Okumoto remind audiences that compassion and understanding outlast competition. Randy Heller and Hilary Swank illustrate how family and mentorship remain at the core of every version of the tale. Together, they transformed a modest martial arts drama into a lasting cultural touchstone. Nearly 40 years later, The Karate Kid still teaches that strength without balance is nothing. Its cast has evolved, diversified, and continued to inspire. Yet the lessons remain the same: respect, discipline, and belief in oneself. From the beaches of California to the dojos of Okinawa and beyond, their stories prove that true power lies not in victory, but in growth. If you enjoyed this look at the Karate Kid cast then and now, share it with fellow fans, subscribe for more cinematic journeys, and remember, the path to mastery begins with balance.